Hello, survivors, and welcome to the State of Decay 2 stream. This is going to be a slightly weird episode. Normally, we would have done our stream last week, but it was a holiday in the United States. We were not working that day, and so we almost canceled it. But then Brant Fitzgerald stepped forward and said, you know what? Next week is my birthday. Why don't we just invite all of the people who watch our stream to come and join my birthday party? So that's what we're doing. We got Brant's birthday party here, and you're all invited. Hey there, everybody. Look, we got Brant there, we got Wonder, we got Mark, we got Joe, some other mysterious person in the background there. And, oh, look, it's Dan Mode. That's Meg, by the way, but we're not going to call too much attention to her. So, anyway, welcome to Brant's birthday party. The celebration is, Brant is going to be making tacos. He's going to be making tacos for all of his friends. He'll be making them for you too, mostly for your entertainment. You're not going to get to eat the tacos. But you can see how Brant makes them. It's a very fun, simple recipe. And in the meantime, you can ask us questions if you want to. I'll pass your questions along to the party goers. And it's just gonna be fun to have you all here. So, this isn't, we don't have a whole bunch of content to share with you. We don't have a whole bunch of questions to answer, new features to show or anything. We just wanted to invite you into our homes and have you along for the ride. So let's get the party started. Brant, what are we doing?
Jeffrey.
What?
This is content.
This is content. This is absolutely content.
Completely erasing our content.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true. In the era of social media, there's no part of our lives that is not marketable content. I agree. So.
Okay, so I will start by saying thank you for joining me, everybody here. I only paid off most of them to be here. There's one person who owes me money, and they had to show up.
That was me.
Yeah, Joe still owes me a lot. For anyone who lives in a border state or is culturally attached to tacos, I apologize. This is appreciation, okay? This is also laziness. So my taco recipe has nothing to do with the incredible street tacos you can get.
So I guess it depends on the border, because the Canadian border might not be as okay.
Yeah, Canadian border may be less known.
Yeah. Are these Canadian border tacos? Is that what we're talking about?
Don't go to a taco event on the Canadian border. You're not going to get it. Anyways, it's super simple. We're going to start off by appreciating the contributions that the tortilla has made to all of civilization. And honestly, if more people ate tortillas as a base for their diet, the world would be a better place.
Yeah, I mean, it's talking like in the context of zombies. I mean, in The Last of Us, it was yeast and and other bread ingredients in risen bread that was spreading fungus everywhere. We're eating funguses all the time if we're eating risen bread, but flatbreads like tortillas much safer for preventing zombie apocalypses.
Yes.
Good point.
So here's the first part. There's only 3 ingredients in my taco. Well, if you count salt and pepper, there's 5. But there's 3 ingredients. Beef, ground beef.
There it is.
Ground pork. Careful, I cut the top. So, and then the most important, any kind of chorizo. Any kind of chorizo. Preferably not the sausage, the actual sausage, but ground chorizo is the key. You don't need any other spices because the chorizo does it. Anyways,
Over there, you can put the meat in front of.
yep, we're gonna start dumping this stuff in, and it all goes in at the same time. You put it in at medium heat, at least to start, so you can brown all the meat.
Why don't you want to play tennis?
By the way, the real Obus Wolf absolutely approves of your tortillas. He says that those are the correct tortillas.
Well, of course. But I also included flour tortillas because after the conquistadors came, they added wheat to the diet, even though it was not appreciated at all, and I understand why, because as they say, it added nothing to the plate. But, I spent a lot of time in Mexico when I was a kid. My dad had an airplane, and we flew to crazy, like out of the way places. I actually never went to a Mexican, to a touristy spot until I was married. But the single greatest bite of food I ever ate in my entire life was a a stone ground tortilla in a mountain town outside Veracruz, and I almost got in a fist fight with my sister over who got the last one. It was the best thing I've ever had, and it was plain. So tortillas are handed down from.
The foundation.
That's right.
Brandon,
And
I have a question.
yes.
Who would have won the fist fight?
Oh, my sister was 4 years older and much larger than I am.
And meaner.
Probably meaner. In fact, based on the trauma of childhood, yes, she was much meaner.
Is she on the stream? We better watch out.
Hey, Brant. La Coalición wants to know: are these swine and bovine official tacos?
Oh my God.
They are swine and bovine approved tacos.
They are now.
Was this the original inspiration for the swine and bovine?
No, actually, that all came from the mind of Doug Williams and James McMillan, the swine and bovine combo.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
over the years, as I've been developing and reducing my taco recipe down to its simplest form, the combination of the two meats is what I find to be the most pleasing.
Well, that looks really good. I mean, that looks like we cut open the mascot for swine and bovine, and that's what came spilling out. It looks great.
Well, you got to mix it in so that the chorizo is all mixed in there early.
Bonus points if you have the swine and bovine apron.
True.
Yeah, that's right. That's one of our pieces of merch.
Yeah. So good. We should have got one of those for this stream.
So through the miracle of TV magic, I cooked another batch of this earlier so that everyone here doesn't have to wait for the tacos to be made. So I will pull that out and people can start making tacos. We got a whole bunch of Mexican themed stuff as well. There's a couple hidden ingredients.
How hot is that stove, by the way, Brant?
14,000 degrees.
It's like the inside of the sun. No, I'm
No,
just like, how slow are you cooking it?
It's just at medium until it's browned. I brown the meat. I keep turning it. I do it on medium until it's brown, and then I turn it down to low, cover it, and I'll put either water or vegetable stock in just to make sure it doesn't get burned. But I'll let it cook I'll cook it all day if I have time.
Low and slow.
Low and slow.
Low and slow is always the best for me.
That is
Brant
good
also
food.
brought these, he brought a bunch of these gummy candies, and this one is a tiny gummy taco.
Oh, nice!
So
It's like
he also brought a big one.
it's like a single bite taco. I had a friend who got into like single bite cooking, where you actually put all of the time and effort into making a meal, only you do it that size. And then
Oh,
you make
Like dollhouse food.
yeah, like you spend 45 minutes making something that you eat in a single bite, which sounds very zen. It's like very usually what I do is I make an enormous pot of pasta with cream sauce and then I eat it for a week. But it's like the opposite of that. What's this?
So another essential element of the taco meal is
Yes.
the sodas that are Hecho in Mexico, right? You got the Mexican Coke.
Hecho in Mexico.
Hecho in Mexico. Jarritos, which is maybe the single greatest.
Show me that label a little better. See it? No, that other way. Keep going. Ah, Jarritos. Okay, gotcha. Mandarin orange flavor.
Look for that in the Hispanic section of most of your stores.
Gotcha.
And then the pinnacle,
Squirt. Absolutely.
Mexican Squirt.
Oh.
It is the best compliment to tacos. in
Is
my opinion.
Mexican Squirt like kind of like Mexican Coke? Like, does it have like the cane sugar and stuff in it, or is it?
Yeah, it's all made
Yeah.
with real sugar.
It says it has 4,000 calories.
That's a nice tip for
Contains one
Project
diagnosis of diabetes.
for Project Zomboid. Actually, if your character is getting underweight, drink a bunch of orange soda. That's actually a great way to just shove calories into your body.
That's smart. That little cooking, I think I could only cook micro food to eat if I had already eaten, because I think I would be so hungry otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
This honestly frightens me. It's like has the texture You can
Yeah,
see this.
it looks like one of those is it cake type things. Like it looks like one thing, but it's secretly something else, you know?
It's the same
How is
texture
it?
as my-
Can you bite
Very
it?
chewy so far.
Oh, it's like a horse treat. What the heck? Like it needs really big teeth.
Deconstructing it.
Nice.
Good.
It's a deconstructed gummy taco.
The other thing that we brought.
By the way, Brant, we've got a whole bunch of people agreeing with your choices. Folks are saying, Dewan Maya is saying that Mexican Coke is the real deal. Jeeves is saying that Jarritos is great with tacos.
Yep. Yeah, you have to have it. We also got some of the street sweets, the cream wafers, and then these funny little things. These are tamarind, but you can get them in all sorts of flavors. They're like little Jello shots for kids. It's great.
By the way, Wonder, awesome Twitch dude is wondering whose house this is.
Yeah.
Because you got a really nice view and really nice decoration.
Ever cooking stream, so we're trying it out. But Brant's been talking forever about like doing more recipes, like inspired by Save Decay 2. Maybe we could put together a whole book, but this is our first foray into it. So we got my laptop here, we got Joe's laptop, and Joe's other camera over there. So this is really fun to do for the first time ever.
We'll probably publish the State of Decay cookbook about the same time as the State of Decay art book, which means 24 years after they've shut down the company, we'll get around to it.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, one of the I should share one of my random pasta cream sauce recipes at some point. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
The other thing that is essential is cotija, the cheese that comes in a big round, and then I put it in a plastic bag and mash the hell out of it so it comes up in little.
Oh, nice. Oh, it's that crumbly cheese. I think I know what cheese that is. I've been given that cheese before and said, wow, I love this cheese, and I did not know what it was called. So I don't know how to ask for it. Otija? Okay, great.
Otija.
Okay, great. By the way, Sidechat the Gray is jealous of the hoodie that Wonders got on. I think that is only an in-house hoodie. That's a company hoodie.
Yeah, we just did these, I don't know, not too long ago. Yeah. I don't know if there's anything on the back, but yeah, it's just, It's nice.
It's just simple
like
and gray.
Exactly. It's like a simple, very just cozy wear around the house. And I mean, I don't know where you are in the world right now, but we're here in Seattle. We're having second winter, and it snowed this morning. There was Brant drove up from farther south, Joe came from across the water on the ferry, and everyone was like, are we gonna make it?
Yeah, we were talking about potentially canceling this stream because we just had no idea if it was gonna be possible.
It was up to the last minute, and then Brent was like, okay, I can make it. So we're like, yes, Taco stream is happening. But all that to say, it's a little chilly, and I was really happy to have this.
Hey, Magic Man 79 is wondering what happened to Joe. He was expecting more Joe on this stream.
Come and chat. Come and chat. They're here, but they're lurking at a shot.
Why would anyone want to talk to me?
Joe's just right off camera. Yeah, Magic Man just loves you, man. He just wants to see more of you. And look, we got Mark here. Mark Lautenbach. How you doing? It's been ages since we had you on the stream. Oh, what do you have there, Mark? Oh, you've got one of our Undead Labs 2013 glasses. I've still got those too. I think the
We got your content, Jeffrey.
The decor has. Oh, there you go. We got fruit content.
You ready for a joke?
Well, yes.
Okay. Why is it that fruit trays always get married in a church?
Why?
Because they can't elope.
Oh, that's great. Did you ever see that Calvin and Hobbes cartoon about the antelope?
Just lost 45 viewers.
No. Mark has a follow-up.
Wait, hold on. What are you dipping that in? What is in there?
No, I don't.
What are you dipping that fruit in?
Somehow worse than the previous joke. It's not to my level.
Is that how much of that glass are you gonna have to drink first, Mark, before you share the joke that you had in mind?
5 more of these. This is all fruit juice, so that really is meaningless.
Yeah, it's fruit juice. He's just gonna have to get like a sugar high.
I'm just very hyper.
Oh, actually, there is one more secret ingredient, Meg.
Oh yeah, Meg.
There is one more secret ingredient. and it's wine.
For the birthday boy.
That's right. Happy birthday.
birthday.
It doesn't go anywhere near the tacos.
Cheers, sir.
Hey.
No one says this is making him hungry. The coalition is asking me if it's making me hungry. I am getting a little hungry, but I think I can wait a little bit longer. I did have a chicken pot pie just a little bit earlier.
Tacos are ready.
Cool.
Because through the television,
Because that's what we're on, television.
I already did one batch.
I'm gonna get a nice shot of the Wonder is sitting there, kind of turning that meat still. So how far from done is that? Like it looks like a lot of it is brown, but I can't really tell how close to done it is.
It's almost done being browned, and that's when we turn it down, cover it, and let it simmer, like I said, as long as you can possibly stand it.
Okay, so this batch of taco meat is probably not till the end of the party. Basically, this is our second breakfast tacos. Basically,
Yeah, we pulled a Julia Childs and prepared the meal beforehand, and that's what people are going to be able to eat here.
And for those of you who don't know who Julia Childs is, Rachel Ray, maybe? Gordon Ramsay?
Yeah. Any of the now common celebrity chefs owe all of their industry to Julia Child.
So, by the way, Lindarella22 says the reason they wanted to talk to you, Joe, is because they all love you. So, receive some hugs from the audience, please.
They love you.
Meanwhile, La Coalición is saying that wine with tacos would be a war crime, and I think he's happy that they're not coming anywhere near the meat.
I can't drink beer anymore. So, anyway, Jeffrey, are you ready for a taco?
I am not yet. No, I'm still pretty full. So yeah, I'll ask you for a taco later on.
All right.
Renato Lusada, by the way, asks, what about Brazilian food next time? Does anybody know any Brazilian dishes? I mean, you could bring some Guaraná next time to drink. So my dad. So actually, when I was a kid, my dad actually spent a little bit of time in Brazil. And when I was a kid, my dad used to make feijoada every couple of months. It would be a big deal. You know, the whole family would have this. He'd make this huge pot of feijoada. The problem is, a lot of the ingredients that you would actually put in real Brazilian feijoada were just not available in the United States. And so he did his best to sort of approximate it and get fairly close. And he made a pretty, kind of an Americanized version of feijoada for us. And so, but then one time he had a friend over from Brazil who stayed with us for a while. And he was like, kind of got all excited. And he made his feijoada for his Brazilian friend. He's like, what do you think? And his friend was just like, he tried some of it. He was like, just like looked quizzically at him like, this is not feijoada. But this, you're kind of bound to the ingredients you've got where you live, and so he did his best.
Next to actual authentic
It
Mexican
kind of
food.
sounds like, Jeffrey, we need a Brazilian food stream next, and you try and make that.
I would have to get the recipe from my dad. I mean, he would actually take like proper like dry black beans and like soak them overnight. He put a ton of effort into it. So.
What about meat on swords? Because when I
Yes.
hear Brazilian food, I envision
Meat swords.
people coming around with swords and going shoot onto my plate, and it's amazing.
Yeah, we could definitely. I mean, honestly, we should add meat swords to State of Decay 2.
Can we get the budget for swords?
Yeah, everyone gets a sword. Meat swords are going in the game.
So
Oh, no.
Awesome Twitch dude wonders if
This is how bad rumors go.
he's wondering if we're going to replace the pizza icon for food with a taco icon at any point. We'll have to consider that for the next game. I don't know.
Seeing the sweet flipping action over
Oh
here.
yeah. Sorry. I'm Brent. Do whatever you were doing again. We had it too small on the screen.
That was
Taco transition.
Oh, just that?
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's some skill. None of that is going in Wonder Stove. That's amazing.
If it were me doing it, it would be on the ceiling. So
Yeah,
I'm
totally.
the professional here.
I cook a lot of tacos.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry that I almost forgot to keep the star of the show big on the screen, because I mean, these people are nice. I know you all love these people, but obviously the tacos are the star of this episode.
This is true, because I just really wanted tacos.
Right. You ready?
Oh, what is this going to be? What is that? What have you made? Oh, So wait, so what is on there besides the meat? What have you got on there, Joe?
So some sour cream that goes a little bit messy. Some verde, some of the cotija. Cilantro. One type of like salsa fresca. One red chili, and then also salsa verde on here. And this one, and then this one has a jalapeno that I'm probably going to take off later.
I was worried that like a garden slug had actually gotten into your food. I was going to warn you about that, but that looks delicious.
No, it's jalapeno.
I mean, okay, so sour cream is not something that's served street side in Mexico City, but it's in enough, like, we're used to the taco supreme around here enough that a lot of people will ask for the sour cream.
I was actually curious. I asked earlier, like, what are you dipping your fruit in? You had that fruit tray with like a dip in the middle. I'm curious what the dip was.
No idea.
It's a cream cheese dip.
A cream cheese dip. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was thinking, I'm hoping that's not sour cream. That feels like that'd be a little weird on a strawberry.
Oh, I just remembered. Most people, when they make tacos, will follow the instructions on the back of that dry powder and drain their meat. Do not, under any circumstances, drain this meat. Ever.
So I mean,
If you put it in the fridge, it hardens up. Just chop out a little bit, put it in the microwave or back in, on the pot, and reheat it that way. Do not get rid of the fat. That oil is the best.
is that in your cookbook?
This is my Bible.
What? You got
Yes.
a Tacopedia?
I have a Tacopedia.
And it's only
it
Taco
goes-
Time in part 2? What's part 1 if Taco Time is part 2?
Part 1 is like, where does meat for tacos come from?
That's right.
And with here's look at this one. Cornfield to mill to tacos on a grill.
yes.
Wow.
It's the life cycle of a tortilla.
That's amazing. Wow.
It actually is a really, really cool book. And so then it shows a lot about the history, the culture. This is what I was talking about earlier. It's like cuts of meat, basically.
Wow.
So it kind of sets it all up.
It just
And then
occurred
goes
to me
into-
that a taco is basically made entirely out of corn, because if it's made out of a corn tortilla and then you've got pork in there, the pork is also made out of corn, because that's what the pig eats, right? So it's just a big pile of corn through different journeys.
Well, ever since, and I'm gonna butcher the name, but the serpent god Quetzalcoatl
Or Huitzilopochtli.
went to found an ant and convinced the ant to give him the secret to sustenance. The ant then said, "Well, okay, you're a god. I'll go do it." But we all have to be thankful for the humble little ant for leading the winged snake god to corn, maize,
Yeah.
if you will.
Yeah, from what I've heard, I think the word corn used to just mean any kind of like grass that you grind into something. And we started I think it was in the U.S. where we started calling maize corn and only using the word corn for that. But then,
So-
yeah,
Maize is actually from a dialect in the Caribbean.
oh really?
Yes. The word maize. They called, I can't even pronounce the ancient Aztec or Incan words that they used for corn back in the day. But
Yeah.
I want to show. So this is Brant also brought this just in case. So his recipe doesn't need this, but like if you can't get the chorizo, like the ground chorizo, this is something like this. Some good taco seasoning is your best bet.
yeah, there's a number of these wet seasonings too. I like the ones that are wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome. Because nothing says
I
taco
like-
like Boston.
Yeah, like a guy from Boston. It's actually really fantastic, but not necessary in my recipe. But once in a while, I'll throw this in to mix it up, and it's great.
These are really small. These are the street taco ones. There's corn and flour.
So actually, P1 Gamer wants to know, everybody, like, what's your favorite? Corn tortillas or flour tortillas?
Corn for me.
Depends.
I'll take whatever's available. Sometimes I'll eat 3 corn and 3 flour.
I think flour is like flour burrito. A quesadilla.
Yeah, I am more of a burrito guy, so I think I prefer flour, partly just because it's less crumbly, and so the thing, my greatest fear is the taco dissolves in my hand and I just and it starts running down my sleeves.
Oh, taco arm. That's a real thing.
Yeah, and so I like flour because it holds together a little bit better, but they both taste really good.
Yeah, Mark, come over here and give your Mark's got a pro tip on avoiding taco arm.
Oh yeah, please.
So if you want to get around all this, Taco Bell has solved this problem for us.
What is
You get
that?
the hard taco in the middle, beans on the outside, soft taco on the outside for the double-decker taco. Because it's one thing that they know how to do is authentic.
So basically, like the outer taco is a sponge to catch the droppings from the inner taco.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Well, it's more of a malleable bandage that keeps the crunchy layer from falling apart.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Kixadal wants to know hard or soft shell.
What was that?
Hard or soft shell? Do you prefer hard shells or soft shells?
Hard shell.
For the reasons previously discussed, soft.
Hard shell. Okay, stop the stream. We're done. We're done here.
If it's street tacos, it's not even it's obviously soft.
We're done here.
Soft taco.
Well, there you got your answer, Kix. Okay, Brant, let's get it back more on the authentic side here, Brant. La Coalición wants to know if you've ever tried tongue tacos.
Yes, lengua.
Oh God. Not this again.
I've also tried tripa and cabeza.
Wait, cabeza? What's that?
The head, Jeffrey. The head.
That's what I
cheese.
thought it meant.
Yeah, and I got so violently ill, my wife thought I was going to die in Mexico, but it's okay. I lived. But
As long as you live, that's all that matters.
they were delicious. Jeffrey, you about ready for your taco?
You know what? I think I am actually about ready for a taco. Does anybody have like a taco that I can have? Because it really kind of isn't fair that I'm stuck here without a taco.
We'll make Jeffrey a taco.
Hey, Dan, you got a taco?
Not yet.
Okay, yeah. Whenever you're ready, I would love to have one of these things. We do have another.
Speaking of,
What'd you say?
from Louisiana, and I like to put Cajun dust on my tacos.
Oh, so what is in Cajun dust?
It's like cayenne.
It's just
pepper.
cocaine, right? Is that what it is?
I thought it was methamphetamine.
That's angel dust. I'm talking about Cajun dust.
It's real close. In North Carolina, I'd always go to Bojangles, and I always got the Cajun flavor. That's I know that's extremely authentic Cajun.
So
Because if you want to get authentic Cajun, go to North Carolina, like 3 states away.
yeah, it's a little far out.
Okay.
Here you go, Jeffrey.
Oh, you got a taco for me? Thanks.
Yeah.
Here. Oh, just pass it over here. Yeah, no, just give it to me. Yeah, it's great. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was so nice of you. Wow, this is awesome. Oh,
You asked for crispy shell, right?
man, this is the best. Oh, these are really good,
What are your
Brett.
thoughts?
What'd you say?
What are your thoughts?
No, they're delicious, Brett. This is exactly what I thought it was going to be, man. These very authentic tacos that I've got. Very well made,
Yes.
Brent.
Do you like how we wrapped it in
Yeah.
a professional wrap before
Oh yeah.
you got it?
No, it was very, very kind of you. I appreciate it.
I'll eat it.
Well, you're welcome.
I'll eat that if you're
Yeah,
not
thank
going
you,
to
Dan. I really appreciate you making this taco for me.
Oh, Jeeves says paprika, chili powder, cumin.
Cumin?
That must be Cajun dust.
Yeah, they're talking about the Cajun dust.
Cajun dust. That sounds delicious.
Yeah,
I mean, I like salty things. I put cayenne in my coffee because I just it's so good. Just gives it a kick.
When Dan took me to New Orleans,
You ever had cayenne
I
in
I discovered the wonder of chicory in coffee.
Oh,
Cafe
yeah.
Du Monde.
chocolate? Isn't chicory supposed to replace coffee? Isn't that the point of chicory?
Chicory coffee.
So Paroxysmus
Oh.
wants to know why my shell looks like Wonder Bread. I can't imagine why.
Joe, you can't counteract any facts that I make up on my birthday.
It's not technically your birthday.
That's actually true. It's tomorrow.
Also, one fact you cannot counteract on his birthday.
Ha!
The fact that it isn't.
Yeah.
But every day
So-
is his birthday.
So Brent, you're still in your 50s for like one more day?
How old do you think I am, you jerk?
At least 60.
Yeah, he left his 50s behind like 10 years ago. What are you talking about?
Oh, by the way, so somebody, I think it was probably Awesome Twitch dude, but I'm not sure. He wanted to know, Brent, do you have any State of Decay tattoos?
Party list got short.
Yeah, the first
show
one
us.
I got.
So
First one I got, right?
where
Let me.
wait, can we
It's a little
turn
awkward,
it the right
sorry.
way? There it is. Yeah, look at that. See the skull
there.
eagle? It's like it's kind of sideways at this angle, but you can totally see that. That's what you started with.
And there's a calavera inside, which also shows how much I appreciate the culture.
There you go. Hey, so awesome. Yeah, so that's actually kind of perfect for this stream. That's great.
I mean, when I say I spent a lot of time in Mexico growing up, I did. I mean, I was out in the middle of nowhere and got to see things that most people don't get to see, and I'm very thankful for that because,
You were telling me a story.
well, I mean,
You can tell me a different story.
the couple of the things that I remember most. One, we flew into a jungle airstrip in Chiapas, and there was no one there, but we were out of gas, so we landed, and these two guys carrying machine guns came out of the woods, and my dad didn't speak any Spanish, so he took my 12-year-old sister with him, who did speak Spanish, and they walked over and told them what we were, why we were there, and they just started laughing, and Dad paid them a whole bunch of money, and they drove an ancient trap wagon out of the woods and filled up our plane, and we flew off. But lots of stuff like that. I remember a guy being pulled by a Great Dane on a skateboard through Chapultepec Park in Mexico City, and he had this like super nice business suit on, but he was on a skateboard being pulled by a huge dog. It was crazy.
He must have worked in tech.
I love that. That's awesome.
I have no idea, but I mean, like I got to see the National Historic Museum that was in the center of Chapultepec Park, where they have some of the most amazing, Mayan, Aztec, all sorts of great, amazing things, and that's when I fell in love with the art, with the culture, the style. Like I still see like Olmec heads in my sleep when I close my eyes and think about like the stone statues and stuff like that. It's had a huge effect on me growing up. So this taco thing is not just food related. I love it. It brings back a lot of my childhood and the things that I fell in love with very young. So that and orange soda, because I only knew how to order one thing. It was pollo y naranja. And they knew what I wanted just when I said it. They gave me a chicken dish with orange soda, which more often than not was Jarritos. So
Nice.
One is asking about the Brant puppet. And we were just talking about the
we
Brant puppet.
were wondering where they were because with the renovations of the office, I know that we had to pack up a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think it's packed up with their old ring lights and everything.
Yeah, it's got to be there somewhere. But we all went home in like March of 2020.
It's been years.
And have been working from home since then. I know it feels like a decade ago. And in the middle of that time, our office has been under renovation, and it's looking really cool. But we're not all the way back yet, so it's got to be packed up somewhere, and we're gonna have to go spelunking to find it. But the cool thing is, we're gonna have our own streaming setup, our own streaming room in the new office, which is super exciting.
Yeah, I've just started putting together the equipment list.
Wish list is finally coming true.
Which is great because
on-air light.
so one of the
That's
problems
cool.
that we've been dealing
It
with
has
is
an on-air light that's actually outside the room
yeah, yes.
to let other people know we're on the air.
It's so true.
So yeah, I think some folks are saying that maybe the stream has gotten a little bit choppy, and one of the things that having our own streaming studio will help with is the fact we'll have a nice, a business like ours when we're at the office usually has the best possible internet connection you can get. My home, it can be choppy sometimes, and so I do my best. I have the best setup here that I could possibly get. Now and then it still goes a little bad. My personal stream earlier today, I actually lost internet entirely halfway through it. So hopefully that doesn't happen to us today. But I'm sorry if the quality's been low for a few people out there.
And when it snows in Seattle, people panic because everything just goes south, including the power. So who knows who's lost anything around here?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I'm kind of like I don't think that taco was enough. Can somebody hand me another taco?
I'll hand you what's left of mine.
Okay, that sounds great. You got to go the other direction, though. Got to go the other direction. Yeah, you got to pass it. There we go. Yeah, do that. All right, okay. Put it in my hand. There we go. Oh, Brett, I didn't think you liked hard shell tacos. But thank you for, I mean, no wonder you were willing to give it up. It was because, you know, I know this isn't your favorite, but I'm glad you made one just for me. Hear that crunch.
You've just committed a grave sin. Our friendship hangs in the balance, Jeffrey.
So, speaking of your friendship hanging in the balance, Fall Down Go Boom wants to know what's the proper wine to pair with tacos.
None. In theory, in practice, you can't. I just thought it was kind of funny to pull a Julia Childs.
Yeah,
and
totally.
include wine as one of the ingredients, but then just drink it.
I like to cook with wine, and sometimes I even put it in the food.
Jamie,
Oh, hey!
you're part of the stream, by the way.
Hey there, Jamie! So Jamie used to work at Undead Labs ages ago. Now he's moved on to fancier digs than ours, but it's good to see you again, man.
Oh, 100 episode. Yeah. Oh, this is awesome. Did you guys get the camera set up today?
So yeah, basically, I hope that feel free to try the recipe. Anybody out there who's actually still here, and let me know. And again, I apologize to those of you who are culturally attached to tacos, because this was nothing like the thousands and thousands of possible recipes. Like I'm working my way through this book to learn like each regional taco specialty, but mine are made specifically because I'm lazy and I run out of time. So I just put the 3 meats in the pan and call it good. But there's so many different kinds and so many wonderful salsas that are made, and it's the taco is quite simply the most incredible food that's ever been devised.
It's funny, when you first started, talking about how much you love tacos, I thought it was just a bit. I didn't realize, and it was a bit you were committing to so hard for so long. I did not realize how profoundly important tacos were to you, but this is actually inspiring.
They are incredibly inspiring. I mean, thank goodness that they were discovered at some point between 500 and 1000 BC. Somebody must have accidentally gotten their maize wet overnight, brushed off the stuff, and ground it out because they were trying to save whatever was left, and realized that they just made a tortilla. And then the world was changed for the better.
So, hey,
You guys rolled through the cornfield.
Like the what?
The rocks just rolled through the cornfield.
All of a sudden they're mashed up.
I mean, you've seen those legs. The legs just travel across.
That's right. Smashing up, making tortillas all the way.
So we actually have a question from the audience. Blitz wants to know who designed the State of Decay logo. I mean, you've got the one on your arm. I'm curious who came up with that particular version of it, but also where did it come from to begin with?
I believe Doug Williams actually was he had come up with something close to that, but then James McMillan had said it looks a little bit like a skull, and we immediately redesigned it. But I think most of the credit goes to Doug Williams for designing the Spiegel.
I think we were working with an outside studio to sort of come up with a bunch of ideas. And I think like Doug and James zeroed in on that one, like, oh, there's a skull in that, and they could make it into something better than it was.
I like to superimpose it over the seal of the President of the United States.
There was a little bit of that, like the eagle was inspired by the seal, right? But
I mean, you got a shotgun in one hand and an axe in the other, as opposed to like the olive branches and
the arrows or
the
whatever.
arrows. But and State of Decay is about sort of like, well, it's a very American franchise, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, the logo has already undergone a redesign. Anytime you work for a giant corporation like Microsoft, they're going to want their people to look at your stuff. And what used to be like 5 people in a room making decisions about what our, identity would be now is made by just people with salaries that are much higher than all of ours combined. So
And you also you need to make new versions, like when you're, when we added a 2 to the title of the game, you got to rearrange all the bits to make a new logo, so things change here and
Gosh,
there.
you wouldn't believe the number of meetings that happen just to put the 2.
Right?
there.
Because we could have called the sequel anything. We could have called it Nation of Decay. We could have called it all kinds of stuff. But we ended up settling on the simplest answer. And, oftentimes that's the one that's right. But you want to be confident that it's right. So you got to try a bunch of other stuff and see if you come up with something better.
Yeah.
George Takei.
George Takei. Can we afford him? Because that would be great.
I bet if we just
Oh,
I bet if we just pitched it as like you're a zombie that can never be killed, George, he'd be on it. He'd do it. I bet.
So,
Maybe a-
Dragon
the
Butcher
only
Eli, I honestly have no idea what was in those tacos. They were actually they were secretly handed to me by my wife off screen. She ordered them at Taco Bell. I've got no clue what was in them. I just had to eat them for the gag. So
If they're from Taco Bell, you're lucky if there's anything in them that can be traced.
If it's
naturally.
actually organic.
yeah.
You probably,
There's
well,
our sponsorship.
We want taco trucks. We don't want Taco Bell. All right.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So hey Wonder, Vindictive Minx wants to know is there going to be cake at this birthday party, or is it just going to be all tacos all the time?
It's a taco cake. Yeah, of course.
Is something on the way?
Jump on camera. Jump on camera.
Once the cake comes out, it's going to be the taco of the town.
Closing down.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
Oh.
We haven't
Except-
always been able to hear clearly everything you're saying, Joe, but I'm sure glad we caught that one.
Yeah.
There is a cake. There is a cake.
There
But
is.
There's a cake butt?
with the candles.
I don't know.
Oh, we don't need candles, and we don't have
Yeah,
enough anyways.
if we had enough candles, we'd have to call the fire department to get pre-approved.
Yeah. You got to, I mean, that's like burning, controlled burn.
Due to the COVID-19 wax shortages.
Supply chain.
I'm not sure they made that many candles this year with, all that.
But we should, but Minx does make a really good point. We should probably get the cake out at some
Come on
point.
camera when you're speaking.
But I,
Thank you. Yes, come on camera when you're speaking.
but my hair is ugly. Right
And
now.
your hair looks great. Okay, what were you saying?
He says his hair's ugly.
Oh no.
It is.
He has hair.
Joe's hair just reminds me of my teenage years. That's what my hair looked like when I was like 18.
Yeah. Well, my hair will be much shorter once it's much longer.
In fact, Jeffrey, when I commissioned the puppet, I commissioned it with your long,
Oh,
glorious
that's
lock.
right. Yeah, around the time my first kid was born, I actually had like a Lion King sort of mane going on. My hair gets very curly the longer it gets, and so it was
That's the one I chose.
yeah. So you end up basically it looks like my puppet looks like it has dreadlocks because it's just like this massive,
No, I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it was great. I love that thing.
Okay. We're going to get the cake. I think. I don't know.
I mean, we've got about we're in the window of where it would be appropriate before we start coming up to the end of the stream. So
Yeah, we got about 15 minutes left, so time it appropriately.
Nobody's here anymore.
nobody's here.
Jeffrey, just come on out and have some drinks with us.
Yeah, could you just pop right through the screen for us? Thanks.
Well, we've got probably over 100 people watching us right now. Come on, we got to keep the show going for these folks.
We super appreciate you all. I would love to hear if any of you make this. I would love to hear from you what you think about the quick taco method.
Yeah, do you still pay attention to your @BrentFitzgerald Twitter handle? Can people tweet at you?
I just don't post very much anymore, but I still check it once in a while.
Okay, yeah. So definitely send Brant your feedback, everybody, about trying out his taco recipe. I actually fully intend to try it now that you've shown it to me. So.
And seriously, the longer you can let it simmer on super low, covered up, add some water or stock, like I said, if it gets a little dry, but just let it do its thing all day if you can.
All right.
When I make serious tacos, I'll let it go for at least 3 hours, like just super low simmer after the browning is done. Mm-hmm. And again, don't you dare pour out any of that oil. Don't you dare.
People seem to think that you deserve a birthday song.
I'm glad you didn't say birthday spanking.
Song. I would never say spank you on the air. Plus, I'd never spank you.
Hey, hey, that song's finally out of copyright. So if you all wanted to sing over there,
I don't think my bottom could stand up to 53 spankings at this point
53, I think I'm underestimating by a couple.
from each of you. I would be buttless in Seattle. The next Tom Hanks movie.
These are so good.
They're not bad,
I
right?
just ate 4 of them
They're not bad.
in a single bite each.
3 ingredients, buddy.
Amazing.
Well, and then all the shit we put on it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you have
Perfect taco. It was done so quick too.
the businessman says that he admires your dedication when it comes to tacos. Your purism, Brett, about getting it right.
I mean, the beauty of the taco is that as long as you have a tortilla, you can't be wrong because the technical definition is an edible spoon that wraps around something, right? So you could put anything you want. Like,
What if it's a 12-inch tortilla?
I mean, it's still tortilla.
That's a big spoon.
It's a big frickin' spoon, but still.
Okay.
But one of the things that I do on occasion to mix it up is I'll substitute, like I'll take the beef out of the recipe. I'll just have the pork and the chorizo sausage, and then I'll throw a bunch of mushrooms in there.
No.
Delicious, delicious.
What kind?
Stuff.
Oh,
Sweet potato was super good too, or like
Very serious question.
Yeah.
By your definition, does a crepe or an omelet also count as a taco?
Technically, yes.
crepe or omelet. Do they count as a taco
It's
because they're a big spoon?
It's an edible spoon,
Pick 'em up with all of the stuff
and
inside.
a complete and total ripoff of the wonderful tortilla.
But if I'm the big spoon, am I
they're
also a
posers.
taco?
Yes, they're all wrong.
Yes.
I think so. I think it works both ways.
It depends on your.
which came first, the crepe or the taco or the tortilla?
I don't know, so I'm not going to get into that.
Should we do a cake?
I'm betting that I'm betting there were that there were flatbreads even earlier than both of those, coming from various early
Clearly,
ports of
non is
civilization.
older.
I do think it's kind of cool. It's a sign of, like, I don't know, it's like a human universal that people were coming up with flatbreads in the Middle East around the same time people were coming up with flatbreads in the Americas. They'd never met each other, but they all figured out flatbread.
And why do you think that like Mexican restaurants can be anywhere in the world? Because people are familiar with the idea of wrapping something with an edible bread or what have you.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
and the
He
same
just says happy birthday, Brant.
Lisa, I wish she was here.
and the same thing with kebab joints.
Lisa, I'd give you smooches.
Yeah,
We love Lisa.
Greek restaurants with the pita.
Get the pita.
Yeah.
No, the idea of the taco is I think part of our genetic structure. At this
So
point.
in your mind, then we should just make a game about tacos, and that would somehow bring the world together.
Taco simulator.
I did try a little bit of that in State of Decay 2 by including the Taco Truck Czar board game that you can find in.
But you went and named it Czar.
Well, I didn't know that the Russians were going to turn into just rat bastards a few months later, did I?
It's politics on the State of Decay 2 stream.
Yes,
Big camera.
cake reveal.
Wait, should we guess what? Who want to take
Are
some
we
guesses on
centered?
What is Brant's favorite cake?
Yeah, we
So-
gotta switch from this camera
We'll
to
see
the
who
other.
gets
Oh,
it.
right. We got to switch over to the cake cam. Here we go.
You have to turn the heat.
Passion fruit.
Passion fruit cake.
That's
Passion
my
fruit
guess.
cake.
One guess for passion fruit. How about anyone here? Anyone in the
Carrot
room?
cake. I'm gonna say that's carrot cake.
I'm going with squirt.
Lemon meringue.
It's a
Cheesecake?
squirt.
Cheesecake.
It's a
Or
squirt.
just a block of
Swiss
cheese.
cheesecake.
Tiramisu.
Is that coconut? Is that coconut frosting?
Oh,
It's coconut
yeah.
on the side, but it's not a coconut cake.
Is it German chocolate?
I know what it is because Wonder asked me what my favorite cake
Eastern
was.
chocolate.
I mean, there's some macaroons on top.
Yeah, isn't that gorgeous?
That is beautiful. Very well made.
Die for.
Somebody is gonna have to cut into that and show us what it is.
All right.
But we have to do something.
So I want this to be kind of like that Is It Cake show, only instead of taking a normal object and finding out that it's cake, we should take a cake and find out it's full of tacos.
Yeah,
Like, you basically just took a pile of tacos and
Chop the ham and it's actually cake.
Yeah.
yeah, so so you took a bunch of tacos, you covered them with fondant and like
Jelly.
frosted it. and then you cut it and you get the tacos, and then you cut the tacos and there's cake inside the tacos.
Oh, taco cake inception.
Yes, it's a taco duckin.
A taco cake duckin'.
There were a lot of ways I could pronounce that to be really horrific, so I'm glad it came out okay. By the way, Megan is saying that there's a lot of love in the chat for Wonder's kitchen, that people are jealous of your kitchen, Wonder.
Oh, this is a palace.
Oh, look
by
at
the
that!
way.
Look at that freaking pantry! Oh, I want to walk in pantry.
It's a walk-in pantry.
That's bigger than my apartment.
That's bigger than my kitchen.
It's a New York apartment.
It's a walk-in.
It's a walk-in.
It's a walk-in.
Okay. So we're gonna cut. Oh, I want to know what's inside this cake.
I bet it's cake.
Is it gonna be like? Is it gonna be like red velvet? Is it gonna be like the armadillo cake from Steel Magnolias?
It looks like it's carrot cake.
It is carrot cake.
Is it carrot cake? I got it! I'm the winner! It's carrot cake!
That is
Awesome!
my favorite cake.
The reason I said carrot cake is because you remind me so much of my father-in-law, Brant. And that's his favorite cake.
That's just went to the next level.
I mean, that's close. That's,
Right.
that's family.
As.
That's family.
That's okay. Should I start treating you as if you were my son-in-law? Because I've never really approved of my daughter dating you.
All right, who's ready for cake?
Cake!
By the way,
gonna be
Megan
the-
says that she has lost track of the number of people saying happy birthday to you, Brant. It's been endless.
Because we didn't pay for the rights to that song.
Oh, I think it's
No,
public
it's out of
domain.
copyright. It's finally out of copyright.
Finally, public domain. Those, if you don't know the story of how crazy the rights were to Happy Birthday, it's worth looking up because it was quite a fight. Pretty wild.
You could sing the Weird Al version.
The Weird Al version is fantastic.
Yeah.
And Stevie Wonder has a Happy Birthday that I love.
Yeah. Somebody in chat caught you singing it, as a matter of fact.
Oh, yeah.
Roxicus, I think.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. All right, coming down.
Hey, Brant.
Hey, Lisa,
Yes.
cake?
Megan wanted to point out that she has not been sending us all of the happy birthday wishes in Slack that you've been getting, but you've been getting them constantly.
I want to thank everyone for taking time out of their day to join me on the stream that has nothing to do with State of Decay. And it's all about friends and tacos, and I appreciate you all spending time with me and coming to visit us here at Wonder's Wonderful House. This will be one of those streams that is easily forgettable, but not for me. I will remember it forever. Thank you.
Way to be born, Brand.
Yay!
Thank you.
And I have proven that I cannot cut a cake where I'm done. I'm
I think
stopping.
you did a great job.
I'm gonna
It's a perspective piece.
It's true. The cuts are so bad.
Cake Nouveau.
So does that mean that the orange macaron on there is carrot flavored?
I don't know what those are. Brandon, you should test drive these two macarons and see.
Am I allowed to ask you
Bite
where this
into 'em
cake
and
came
see what
from?
the
I'll
flavor
try.
is.
I'll try the orange one,
Okay.
or I'll cut the orange one in half, so I'm not the only one who gets it.
Can we ask
Cheddar.
where the cake came from? Is that allowed?
Yeah.
Bakery Nouveau.
Ah, yes.
Good bakery in West Seattle. What do you think? Tell our TV audience.
These are delicious. It's lemon.
Ooh, lemon is the orange one?
Interesting. That feels like false advertising.
So good though. Yum.
Okay, carrot cake. I love you.
No. Brent, No On My says that he's not going to forget this stream anytime soon. And thanks
All
you.
right, well,
Says it's
I'm
wonderful.
gonna give one a hug because she was so nice to me. Thank you for everything.
Of
And
course.
thank you all for.
Thank you, Brant, for being the champion of State of Decay, and yeah.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, Brent.
All you know, tuning in, like Brant's been, from the beginning, helping shape the IP, and has lent his voice and his many talents over the years, and we wouldn't be here without him.
I was about 40 years old the first time I streamed.
I would like to take umbrage with something you said, Brant.
No, okay. I'm sure
You
you
said thank you for tuning in to a stream that has nothing to do with State of Decay.
You are wrong, sir.
We want to let all this riffraff in our house.
Yeah. You are. That's what this whole game is about. That's what
That's
We're just squatting.
Yeah. I mean, Brent, seriously, none of us would have some of the best jobs we've had in our lives if you and Doug had not come up with the idea for State of Decay. So, I mean, like, this is, I mean, I don't think there's probably not a better day for us to just, all of us, thank you for what you've created and contributed to this thing for the past several years.
It always circles back. The greatest game ever thought of has already been thought of. What the difference is when the community gets behind your idea and makes it happen, which is what happened with State of Decay from the very beginning. They liked what we had to offer. They liked the idea, and it was the word of mouth that actually saved this company. And so, you know, that's why we're going to be doing dumb streams like this until I croak. Maybe we can get that on stream too. But
No.
only if you promise to come back as a zombie. Then it will be.
yeah, that's sort of a guarantee. But
And we'll put an Xbox controller in your hand, just like on Shaun of the Dead.
yes,
Yeah.
I'll be Nick Frost in Shaun of the Dead. No, but I mean, you know, I always at the end of the streams, I always say thank you so much. We owe everything to you, but we do. Like we wouldn't be here streaming. The company wouldn't be here without people, you know, like our audience right now. The people who are willing to tune in on a stream that was not about our game at all. And you're more than friends. You're family with us, and so that's why we love to spend time with you. And you know, I will always feel like we owe you everything, except State of Decay 3 news. We're not going to do that. Sorry, I had to throw that in there because, you know.
Well, we owe them that. We just can't pay that bill.
No, we can't pay that bill. But when we do, oh, baby, it's going to be a doozy.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Well, we are about out of time, and honestly, I can't think of a better way to end this stream than that speech from Grant. So thank you so much, Brant, for
Thanks,
everything.
everybody.
Yeah, and anybody who wants to say goodbye to the audience, come over here and say goodbye, because we're about to take off.
And if anybody gets sick, it wasn't my fault.
Bye, Dan Mode. Bye, Meg. Bye, Mark. See you later, Wonder. Bye to everyone. Bye, Joe.
Thank you, Wonder, for letting us use your beautiful house and kitchen.
Thank you, Brant, for having a birthday and making tacos for us all on your special day.
Yeah, the tacos were delicious, Brant. Thank you so much for sending me those
And
tacos.
seriously, let me know, anybody who tries it out, let me know if they're terrible or if you have suggestions or if you have your own, like, secret recipe. Share it with me. I love it.
Yep.
So thanks again, Jeffrey, for being commander at the mothership.
Yeah, and all the troubleshooting. We had a lot of audio things to figure out to make this happen. So thank you, Jeffrey, for clearing your calendar for that.
Yeah, and thanks. By the way, Joe gets some credit for the way that the tech setup happened on your end. So thanks a lot, Joe, too.
Whoa.
Mwah.
All right, enough patting ourselves in the back. We need to get out of here. See you later, everybody. Oh, big hug. Cannot think of a better way to end this stream than with that hug. So, thank you all so much for being here. Next week, we're going to continue the lore discussion that we started earlier this month with me and Andy and Brant. So come back for that. And yeah, I guess that's it. Happy birthday, Brant, and goodbye.
Now we got 20 seconds of awkward wait.
Yeah.
Can I have more cake?
No! We gotta take it back to the store and get credit.
They give you partial credit?
I blew the budget buying taco stuff today.
The cake is alive.